I'll be right with you guys. Give me a second. Let me set up the background information. I'll be right with you guys. Make yourself big and comfortable. Be right with you guys. All right. Can you hear me loud and clear? Give me a 1 2. Oh, 1 2. I'll be right with you. PPP, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How you living? We're gonna get into it here. Just give me 1 second. Y'all, let me apologize to you guys. I'm not cutting the camera on. I will drop the link here in just a minute if you guys are interested. If not, that's cool too. I want to kind of give you an hour of my time. Carolina Panthers, where do we begin here, huh? Just coming off of a high of a win, a dominant performance to some, shutting out the Falcons 30 to nothing. Just for us to come back down to earth with a blowout of our own, 42 to 13 loss. Will the real Carolina Panthers please stand up? Please stand up. I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. Straight up top. Season over. I've been said that. I said that when we were in 0-2. Said that when we won against the Falcons. That's not who we really are. I said it was much more about the Falcons dropping the ball than it was us having a dominant performance. The Falcons did not look like they were in sync from the play calling, from the ball being dropped by the wide receivers. It was just totally out of tune. And if you go look at what they did to the Commanders, they look much balanced, much more synced. So again, not to really take away too much of what we did the week before, but it's more like a precursor to what was to come. And I got to tell you, man, the Patriots aren't good. You got young Drake May doing the Superman dance, doing the Superboy dance. That has to be demoralizing. I don't think you guys understand how disrespectful that is. Our legend. We only got a handful of them. You know what I mean? Shout out to Julius Peppers, Luke Kuechly, Steve Smith, Cam Newton. It's only a handful of our legends that we do have, and the one that we do have, we the other team is mocking it. By the way, brilliant trollery. I love a good troll. Brilliant trollery there, man. But y'all, somebody got to get fired today. All jokes aside, let's cut out the shenanigans. Somebody has to get fired. I've seen enough. It's a sad thing that we're going into or leaving the first quarter of the season and the season feel like it's already over. Mathematically, it's not, but emotionally, it is. I'm dead inside, y'all. Maybe that's more than more than one way to put it, but or maybe a very morbidly way to put it, but I am. As a fan, I am dead inside. I told my compadres the other day, man, I don't feel like being a content creator no more. It's hard to pick my head up knowing that it's just going to get pushed back down. The love that I have for the fans and the content creator world and just the team, it just I've been doing this for a while, y'all. I'm an old tired dog. I've seen this story before. And what you're seeing Sunday was just a poor showing from an organization. Forget the Bryce Young talk. We'll get to Bryce and what he did. This has been a poor showing. Through 4 games this season, the Panthers have been blown out in 3 of them by halftime. Think about that. Excuse me. The Panthers have been cleaned up by halftime in 3 of the 4 games this season. The Cardinals game was a blowout, and they really just took their foot off the pedal. That's how we ended up coming back. But the game was over by halftime. Yeah, if you look at it. The Jaguars game, it was blown over after halftime as well, before halftime as well. And the Patriots game was over by halftime. So, I mean, what do we do? Where do we go? I mean, if you look at the stat line here, let's take a look at the stat line. You had guys like Stephon Diggs, the baby maker. Stephon Diggs, the adulterer, is out here literally has not had a 100-yard game in 3 games this season. Shows out on Carolina, 6 catches, 101 yards. I'm gonna say this now. Whoever has a bad game tonight, because we take on the Miami Dolphins in Charlotte. Whoever has a bad game in Miami tonight, as far as the wide receiver room, take them to have an amazing game against Carolina. Because anytime you need a boost or anytime you need to pick up, play the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, play the Carolina Panthers, unless you're the Atlanta Falcons. Because as of lately here, I don't know. I guess we got the Falcons number. This team looks pathetic. This team looks pathetic, dog. And I mean from the quarterback play, from the defense, the special team. My God, God. Imagine getting paid $500,000, which a lot of them niggas probably are, but getting paid $500,000 to go tackle a nigga in a matter of 5 seconds. You get about 5 seconds out there, you lay a nigga down. Special teams was getting carved up. To me, if you ask me, and I hate to make him the scapegoat, but he has to go today. To me, it is a statement if the Carolina Panthers do not fire their special team coach today. You're telling me that you're okay with what you're seeing, you like it, yada, yada, yada. He has to be fired today. Because from ETN fumbling earlier this season on kickoff return, from us getting torched on kickoff returns, punt returns yesterday, you got to go. You got to go. You're literally asking, outside of the field goal and the field goal kicker and the punt kicker, you're literally asking for the most insignificant job to go out there and do something for about 5 seconds outside of the kicker and the punter. Those are the 2 other insignificant jobs. But they also have big implications if you don't do them well. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, if you ask me, the special team coach got to go. And a lot of you guys are screaming defense, defense, defense. We can't stop a cold. I'm going to say this right here. And like I said on my other show, you cannot get rid of Evero right now in the middle of the season, okay? This defense and this scheme was designed to be run at a 3-4 schematics, right? So if you think this team is bad with Evero, who's built the scheme of a 3-4, he's built his career on a 3-4. Imagine when he's not here to coach it. So you're going to take away a guy who knows what he's talking about on 3-4 defense for him to have some backup fill-in guy to coach his scheme. I don't think it's gonna go well. It's damn sure not going well now. But if you think 42-13 is bad, take away the guy who at least knows what to do, and they have some backup in there. It's gonna be 57 the two. You know what I mean? Panthers got a lot of questions to answer, man. Got a lot of soul searching, man. They got a lot of soul searching to do from the top down. This defense that was and first of all, let me get this out the way because I feel like it. I thank you, Holy Ghost. I feel like it in my spirit. A lot of you guys are ready to make excuses, right? We don't like excuses over here. Okay? It is what it is. You take accountability. Right? I'm fat. I blame nobody but myself. I love the chicken biscuits. I like bow rounds. If I got a problem with it, I fix it. I'm not going to sit around here and cry about it. So the Carolina Panthers got a problem, you fix it. We're not going to cry, make no excuses about it. And one of the excuses you guys probably got on the tip of your tongue is this. The Carolina Panthers are injured. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Xavier to get injured, Robert Hunt and Austin Corbett. That same injured team went out there and shut out the Atlanta Falcons. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. Last time I checked, they get paid more money than you and I to play a game, including the backups. I don't think you guys understand that there's a small percentage of players that make it to the National Football League, right? There's a small percentage that make it to the National Football League. Those supposedly are supposed to be the elite of the elite. Even the backups are considered elite of the elite. Does that make sense? So when you make excuses, say, well, that's a backup. Do you not know that there's only a small percentage that even make it to the National Football League, including the backups? So if they're not competent enough to do the job, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Do you mean to tell me we need warehouse workers to go out there? I mean, what are we doing? As a Panthers fan, since the 2000s, man, I'm sick of the mediocre performances. Sick of the mediocre personnel. I'm sick of the mediocre managing. I'm sick of it, dog. I'm over this. My mind is blown. I'm over it. This is bigger than a Bryce Young problem. This is bigger than a Bryce Young problem. Sure, he's the one that we like to punch down on. And sure, he's not necessarily helping the cause. I'll give you that. I'm not. You won't hear me cape for that nigga. In case you guys know, I used to be one of his biggest fans when he first came out until I realized that he wasn't. Right? I'm that kind of guy. Once I realize something ain't right, I jump off it. You feel me? That's just because my way I understand and perceive information. I give people a chance, and I realize it's not it. But this is bigger than Bryce. This is a organizational collapse. And a lot of people are coming down on Canales and saying it's Canales' fault. Canales is handcuffed. Canales is handcuffed to a bad organization. I want you guys to understand, when we hired Canales, nobody else wanted the job. Nobody else wanted the job. Ben Johnson came down here. And shout out to Ben Johnson, what he's doing. He went on the road on a comeback drive, final few minutes of the game, and beat the Raiders on the road. And they got those guys at 2-2. So shout out to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson came down here and interviewed for the job. He left. He was supposed to sign the day after he came down here. And mind you, Ben Johnson is from North Carolina. He's from Western North Carolina. What head coach wouldn't want to come down here? What coach wouldn't want to please come back and coach in front of their hometown, their home state? Ben Johnson came out here for a night and that nigga flew back and was shit. I don't want that. Because he's seeing something in the organization. He's seeing something in the management. And you know what he's seen. Trust me, you know what he's seen if you've been around. He's seen the unstability. He's seen that he'll have to come in here and literally bow down to somebody who has no clue of what they're doing but a bunch of money to pay for whatever. So miss me with the Canales fault. Canales is the guy who took advantage of an opportunity, right? That's what Dave Canales is. David Tepper came in here and said, look, man, don't nobody else want this job. I'll pay you X amount of time, much money than your ass can ever see. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. Only one problem is this. You're gonna have to work with a 5'9" quarterback. You're gonna have to work with a mediocre staff, mediocre players, and you got to do whatever the hell I tell you to do. But here's $50 million, Dave Canales. Now, coming from Dave Canales' background, not the squad on Dave Canales. If you look at his background, prior to him coming to the NFL, he wasn't no college coach, no college assistant. This nigga was a high school coach. He was a high school coach who had connections, ended up making it to I think at one point he might have been like let me see. Let me give some credit. Let me put respect on his name. He was a high school coach. They're right there. So you offer a nigga a high school coach some $50 million. Hold on, stay right there. Let's pull up his Wikipedia here. I want to do him right. Let's do him right. Okay. He was an offensive coordinator at El Camino High School. He was a special teams and tight ends coach as well. Offensive coordinator at Carson High School. Then he went to USC and was a fucking workout coach. So wait a minute. This is your coach now. The only college experience he had was a workout coach, assistant strength coach at USC. That's his only college credibility. This is Dave Canales' only college credit. He was an assistant strength training coach. Then he became a wide receiver coach at Seattle, yada, yada. Clearly nepotism. He knew somebody. How do you go from high school workout coach or a college workout coach to a wide receiver coach? You knew somebody. It happens. So my thing is this. Dave Canales is so naive, man. I mean, if your background, you don't really have a lot of experience prior to the NFL. You knew somebody in Seattle. They brought you in because you were a nice guy. Pete Carroll goes to USC, yada, yada, yada. So no, it makes no sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense why you went to Seattle as a wide receiver coach. Somebody looked out for you. Nepotism at its finest, right? You're green-eyed and bushy-tailed. Now you come over here to Carolina after Tampa Bay. You took a lot of credit over there, which you didn't deserve for Baker Mayfield's success or whatever. Came over here, and now guess what? David Tepper throws a bunch of money into you. He compromises your integrity and says, hey, you're going to come over here and you're going to run one of the shittiest quarterbacks in the NFL, along with one of the shittiest personnel scheme in the NFL, and you're going to take $50 million with your college background of assistant training coach and your 1 year office coordinator with Tampa Bay, in which you took over credit, and here you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. Oh, I can take that. Stay right there. Shout out to Drew Collab. Thank you for that super sticker. He said, JS joined the live, Big Cat. Just joined the live, Big Cat. This shit is comical, and the team making me not even enjoy the sport as a whole. When is this shit going to end, man? It's not going to end. Thank you for your super stick. It's not going to end, man. It's not going to end because you got fans out there who refuse to accept that there's a problem. The first sign or the first way to rebuild or repair something is to recognize there's a problem. I want you guys to understand something. While we're in tears and shout out to Elaine, while we're in tears and while we're in anguish, you got motherfuckers out there who still are making excuses for this organization. And let me tell you about your excuses. David Tepper made over $100 million last year while we went 5 wins. We won 5 wins. He still made over $100 million. So what does that tell you about where his mind is? Why would I have to change something when I'm still making my money, even though we're losing? You guys might not like it. Sure, you may talk unfavorably about me on lives and podcasts and stuff, but who cares? I just made $100 million. So as long as we got those kind of fans around, I refuse, man. Listen, my soul is tarnished, dog. It hurts me. I'm a super fan, dog. Y'all see me at the games. I'm taking pictures. I'm dressed up in my full NFL uniform, and I've been on the cameras with the NFL films and all this other stuff, man. Y'all seen me if you see me around the stadium, but I refuse to step foot back in that stadium. I refuse to step foot back in that stadium or any other kind of Panthers function event until this shit gets stopped. I refuse, dog. Listen, man. I understand some of you guys ain't never been to no game, so I respect. If you want to go get a ticket on half off or whatever, fine, man. I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm not pulling up in that motherfucker. I'm sick of this, dog. We don't went from the Rodney Peace, and then we don't went from the or the burn lines, and we don't went from every other damn quarterback you can name. Then we went to Jake Delhomme, and then we finally seemed like we got a little hope. Then that comes crashing down. Then we finally get Cam Newton. Then we get Cam Newton. That lasts for a while. It was fun, but then that falls apart. Now it's back to just in the middle of nowhere. I refuse, bruh. I refuse. I don't know about you. I love this team, but this shit is taking a piece of me, dog. It's making me hating podcasting, dog. I love podcasting because I love to offer my perspective on things, but it just taking a lot out of me, y'all. I can't support this per product. This product doesn't represent me. I don't know about you, man. You gonna keep going to a restaurant that had bad food? Why does it make sense for you to go? I don't see nobody going to a restaurant that serve bad food and niggas in there talking about, well, I'm gonna give them an excuse because they had a bad day today. But you niggas will hop online and make excuses for Bryce Young every fucking week. You won't go to cookout. If a cookout serve your ass some nasty food every time you go there, why you niggas won't pull up and say, well, the cook just had a bad day. you, I'm gonna keep going back. You know what I mean? You'll talk about that $5 worker like he ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I'm over this shit, dog. Special team coach need to be fired. You know what I mean? As far as Bryce Young, I don't know what to do about Bryce. I don't know if you need to bench him. At this point, man, ain't nothing you really can do but let him ride it out. But to let him ride it out. I mean, shit, put Dalton in there for what? For us to win 5 games and have no draft capital? The best thing you could do is keep Little Bit right where he is. Keep that nigga right where he is. Let that nigga let him get us to the number 1 pick, and then we can will and deal him in the offseason. But right now this team is just I don't know, man. Got back here. E, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing the best I can. How about you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. And I would say, you were saying that, people wouldn't make excuses, if they went to a restaurant and something like that. The only time they wouldn't make an excuse, Big Cat, is they had some type of vested interest in, like, the people that work there or something, right? Like, you go to a pizza shop and it's your kid's first job and the pizza's shitty. You're not going to complain, right? So if you have a vested interest or you have some type of attachment to a player or something about the situation, that's the only time you'll make excuses. And I think there's a psychology thing, or there's something that we got to study the psychology of it, where I think people are like being in a situation in a franchise. I'm sure franchises have gone through this before, but like picking the wrong quarterback sets your franchise back. And then some people just don't want to admit that, because what the ramification means like if you're projecting that the Panthers are going to win 12, 15, 14 games, whatever it is, admitting Bryce Young is not it means we're kind of back to square one. And people in their fandom don't ever want to admit my team is shitty. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to win a lot of games. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've heard people say that we're going to make the playoffs, Super Bowl. Oh, Bryce has everything he needs. I've heard all this, Big Cat. You get what I'm saying? But to say, you know what, Bryce ain't it, is kind of starting back to ground zero. And I don't think people are mentally ready to do that. So they kind of make a lot of excuses. I've heard people say yesterday that, oh, well, the problem is Bryce needs a second receiver now.
Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me?
Right, right,
I
right.
heard the announcer say something like that or something. I turned it off, bro. I could not. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't get it, bro.
Right. It's almost like it's like you got to see some type of return on your investment or something. You know what I'm saying? Like before you go invest some more. You know what I mean? Like I don't have kids, but like I'd imagine if your kid asked you for something, like they got some new hobby, you wouldn't go all out and go buy a bunch of shit towards this hobby. You would start small to see if they were kind of truly invested in this hobby. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they would give you a return, and then you would invest more. With Bryce, what we've kind of put the investment up front, and there's been minimal return. You get what I'm saying? Like there's been minimal return on that money we spent on offensive line. You know what I mean? Minimal return on, to tell you the truth, all the receivers we sent to him. Like you can't keep giving receivers and not getting a return on your investment and then keep blaming everything around him. Even when it comes to Tech, I feel like Tech is better than what Bryce. I think Tech with the what I'm trying to say is this, is that with the in what we've gotten back from Tech, 66 yards, 100-yard game. I know he's elite. I know he's elite because for him to consistently be getting 60 plus yards with Bryce tells me something. Bryce is the problem, right? And we cannot spend any more time investing more into Bryce. We can't make any more decisions based on Bryce. It's time to really rip the band-aid off and move on as a franchise. And I know for a fan base that hurts because that means, damn, when we get a rookie quarterback, I know we're not going to the playoffs. I know we're not going to the Super Bowl because there's going to be more growing pains. So I'd rather just live in denial. You get what I'm saying? Just my conjecture. That's kind of what I believe we see from the fan base because there's no reason you should be making excuses right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
There's just none. You know what I mean? Like it's some kind of it's mental at this point. Like you are holding on to something and denying what your eyes are seeing. You know what I mean? He's never going to be if he was ever going to be elite, that would some factors would have shown from that. You get what I'm saying? But elite quarterbacks or good quarterbacks are going to create opportunities. They're going to throw people. They're going to throw people open. You don't see that from Bryce. You just don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
Now you said denial, right?
Yeah.
Ain't that a river in Egypt?
They said the Nile is not just a river in Egypt. I've heard that before.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently there's one in Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a reality. And Big Cat, I think it's more of a thing where people just don't want to come to grips of,
Yeah.
damn, we're really rebuilding and we're really not going to be shit, and we really got to go find a quarterback. Because what that really means is, this is going to be losing, and people just they rather feel good and get that endorphin hit of thinking about, oh, we're going to be in the playoffs. Like you feel good all off season until you have to face reality in the regular season. But even in the regular season, people are in denial until we're like mathematically eliminated. I've seen it. You get what I'm saying? Like,
This fan base
yeah,
is pathetic, man.
it's
I'm gonna be
pathetic,
honest
man.
with you, man.
But here's the thing, man. Our standards are so low, and I people know this, but I like repeating this. We're the only franchise in the NFL who has not have back-to-back 500 win seasons. Means we have
In history, you
not
talking about history?
in history
Damn.
currently in the NFL. Like right now, there's no other team. There's no other team in the NFL that has never won more games than they lost 2 years in a row, except the Panthers. We have been a franchise of extreme highs and extreme lows. You get what I'm saying? And not making the playoffs, going on 8 years in a row. What the fuck you making excuses about? I'm sorry, I'm cussing. My bad.
No, no, do your thing. Do your
All
thing.
right, yeah. Like, what the fuck are you making excuses about? Come on, the product's not good. You get what I'm saying? You go to a restaurant 8 times and it's not good, and you still making excuses. You know what I mean? Okay, they fixed the offensive line. Okay, they go get a top wide receiver. But Bryce looks the same. Like,
And you know what? Just
yeah.
to kind of double down on what you were saying there, if you go back and look at the opening drive,
Mhm.
it wasn't nothing special. It was literally the same dink and dunk shit
Yeah.
that they were doing against who was that? Atlanta. But the
Yeah.
only difference was
The
you
defense
know,
showed up.
defense showed up.
Yeah, and let me say this, man. A lot of people, man, I really hate this fan base, man, because a lot of people like to blame play calling, and it's like it's a little more complex than that. Because with them, if it works, it's good play calling. If it doesn't work, it's bad play calling, right? Um, and I think the play calling is really predicated on the player's ability. I think it was twice. It was like third and long. It was over third and 10, and Dave Canales decided to run. I think one was third and 15, right? Um, what people got to understand is third and 15 with Bryce. You better you're not gonna draw up a play for Bryce where he's gonna throw the ball consistently accurately over 15 yards. You're just not. You get what I'm saying? Like the coaching staff does not trust Bryce. And last year, when Bryce started to show a little bit better and he started to kind of hit some of those intermediate routes, the play calling opened up because it was like, okay, we trust you a little bit. You get what I'm saying? um, Even in week one, man, you saw the play calling. We came out very conservative in week one, and people were mad and upset. And then when we had to really open the offense up, Bryce was throwing interceptions. It was looking bad when he was trying to go down the field. The coaching staff already knew that. The coaching staff looked at him all week in practice, the offseason, and realized, damn, we're having trouble executing the down the field plays, right? So the play calling is predicated on the player. You know what I mean? 3rd and 15 might as well be 3rd and a mile with Bryce. You get what I'm saying? Either A, you're going to throw it short. You're better off throwing it short and letting somebody try to make a play with it. Or if you try to take it intermediate deep, you're going to get an inconsistent. You're going to get an inconsistent pass.
And you remember last week, right? I did the live stream where we won, and I was telling people, man, it feels good to win, but
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I have a problem with is I said, remember when we got the missed field goal from Atlanta,
Yeah.
we couldn't get it past the 50.
Mm-hmm.
We still can drive. I said that's gonna come at the hunch, right? You got good short field position. We can't capitalize. I said, man, but people are, oh, you're hating. Just let
Right.
us enjoy it. Okay.
I'm the same as you. I'm logical in my thinking, and I say, okay, we won. Take a look. If we take a look at what we've struggled with and what we did today, is there anything that we can build up on? I mean, I was saying this last week, and I was saying no, because the defense doesn't have premium besides J.C. Horn and Derek Brown, who's a run stopping right end. There's not really any premium pieces on the defense. The investment has not really been in the defense as far as the money and the draft capital. This defense is not going to look dominant like that most weeks. It just doesn't have the personnel. So that's a wash, right? Like we know that defense isn't going to look like 2015 defense week in and week out because the players just aren't there. Then you say, okay, what else happened in that game? Well, the offense struggled like they always do. So we can probably, conduce from that the defense is probably going to take a step back and the offense will continue to struggle, which will give us the same results we've been getting. When you're not caught in your fandom and you're just being realistic, you realize that Atlanta win was nice, but there was nothing really tangible that you could take on and say, hey, we have something to work with for the next week. You get what I'm saying? We're just not going to get elite defense. We have kind of a bend but don't break defense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Between Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, like it's enough for it not to be a complete disaster most weeks, and contingent on the offense not putting them in bad spots.
That's what we call a complementary defense.
Yes, sir.
Not a dominant defense. And a lot of people were fooled by what happened against Atlanta. Oh, we're a dominant defense. No, no, no.
We're
We're
not.
complimentary.
We're not. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I mean, and truth be told, Atlanta really gave us a gift, man. I mean, really, I was watching the game, and when I was watching the Atlanta game, man, I was sitting there like, why do they keep trying to throw the ball? You get what I'm saying? Like they're averaging over 5 yards a carry, but they keep throwing on us, and that was a gift. You get what I'm saying? Their bad game plan was really just a gift to us.
Yeah, got niggas fired too.
Facts. That's why they got fired. It was like, yo, what are you doing? We're a running team, man. They struggle stopping the run, which we did, and they just put the ball in the air, man. That really benefited us.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think anybody will, or if anybody needs to be fired today?
No, 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 no. Because okay, when you look at it, right? When you look at Evra, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of go through the list, right? And when you look at Evra, what the hell do you expect somebody to do if you haven't really made the investment? I always say this, man. I always say you got to keep the logic the same. If you're saying I can't judge Bryce Young because we haven't invested in the offensive line, we haven't got him receivers, well, we haven't done that forever. And the defense. And the defense is kind of most games are sort of holding their own and maybe producing more towards us winning than the offense is, despite not having the investment. So I keep it the same. Hey, I didn't get Evero 2 first round pick pass rushers, right? So hey, didn't make the investment. Okay, cool. So I don't think he should be fired, to be honest with you. And when he had the players, he's led 2 top 10 defenses, including one in Carolina. When you look at Dave Canales, I don't think I think Dave Canales, depending on how bad this gets, man, he could be on the hot seat super late in the season, as in like, 14, 15, like let me get you a head start on your new job. You know what I'm saying? Or the end of the season, but they're not going to fire him. They're not going to fire him this early. And then, the only thing is the only option is scapegoatism, right? Special teams coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only option. That's the only option. You know what I mean? Um, but besides that, no, Big Cat. I mean, it's by the time a coach, and it won't be the owner who fires a coordinator. Usually, it's the coaches that fire coordinators, right? So it will be not David Tepper, but it'll be Dave Canales firing one of his coordinators. And generally, that's sort of the sign of the beginning of the end. When coaches start firing coordinators, it's sort of the sign that, hey, I'm on the hot seat and I need to, kind of show face and blame somebody.
Now, shout out to 4-4 Trey. He said somebody said that Bryce is missing playmakers like Leggett and Jalen Coker.
Yeah, that's stupid shit. And then I've even heard he's missing Thielen. Like, he had Thielen, and he's like, he had Thielen. He had some of the worst output in his what was it, like, yards per drop back? He's like the worst in the NFL since entering he's the worst since entering the NFL. Yards per attempt, worst since entering the NFL. What the fuck was it? Prior to this year, it was like 340 quarterbacks had taken snaps in the NFL since 2011 or something like that, and he's like he's literally last in yards per drop back.
Right.
It's like
what went wrong yesterday, man? What went wrong?
I just really feel like Bryce. It was Bryce, man. I really feel like it was Bryce. I really felt like Bryce just couldn't execute. I really felt like you saw in the play calling that Dave Canales didn't trust Bryce.
In case you guys are wondering, the Patriots defense was ranked one of the worst.
29th to be exact.
29th.
Yeah, 29th.
Before yesterday's game.
Yeah. 5.1 yards per attempt, which is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not moving the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand. Like, man, why don't you throw the ball deep? Dave Canales, he knows it ain't gonna work.
That's right.
You know what? I'll take you back to year one. Year one in Bryce's, and because I see things like this, because people used to criticize Frank Wright's play calling. Oh, the play calling's terrible. When what is his name? Was it Thomas Brown, the coordinator that took over for
that's him. Thomas Brown.
When Thomas Brown took over, I always remember people used to criticize Frank Wright for his play calling. Thomas Brown came out and threw the ball deep like literally 9 times in a row, and Bryce was like 0 for 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit's not gonna work with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows that. You know what I mean? You gotta play. You ain't got Josh Allen or nothing like that out there. You ain't got a dude with an arm like that. The coaches are literally trying to play within the skill set they have, man. And that's why I almost, a lot of people be shitting on these coaches, Big Cat. I almost feel sorry for them. What the if I was coach, what would I call? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you there's only so much you could try before you start dinking and dunking too.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Canales, man.
Yeah, I do. I don't even think Dave Canales is a good coach, but even if he was, I think you'd get the same results. Shit, his play calling don't look too much different than what Frank Wright's did, tell you the truth.
The only difference is
the emotions and stuff like that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. He's just a little bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yeah. To me, he's a guy who's just happy to have the opportunity to be a coach. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Nope. Nobody would, prior to us, would hire him as a head coach because they did. He wouldn't have. I want you guys to understand, when we took Canales, the coaching market had already pretty much subsided. Everybody got who they wanted. It was late when we got Canales, right? So it wasn't like he was a top pick. You know what I mean? I think he was the only guy. Like I said, this dude literally was a weight training coach at USC. That's his only college experience.
Yeah.
And him
And,
and Pete Carroll had connections, and that's why he brought him to Seattle.
yeah, I'll be honest, and as I told people, man, he really didn't. When you really look at the truth, Big Cat, he really didn't, rejuvenate any quarterback. To be honest with you, man, I mean, Baker Mayfield Baker Mayfield threw for a career high under Dave Canales, but he also had the same number of yards per attempt, so it was a volume stat. You get what I'm saying? Um, Quarterback coach for Seattle, but what's his name? Geno Smith. Before Dave Canales took the quarterback coach role, Geno Smith had been on the team 3-4 years. And the year prior, he started 5 games, and I think he went 4-1. So they understood what they had in Geno Smith. You get what I'm saying? They was like, okay, he's better. You know what I mean? And this is before he took over as quarterback coach. So he got a lot of credit for things that he just happened to be around, even despite the fact that he led the Bucks to their worst offensive standing in 9 years. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I don't, it's when it comes to it, Big Cat, when you say somebody's going to get fired, it's most likely they're going to be him because he's the quarterback whisperer. You get what I'm saying? And if the Panthers finish in a position where we're going to be looking at drafting another quarterback, I don't think we give him another quarterback.
Let me ask you this: why haven't you said the special teams coach need to be fired today?
I did say that. I said that earlier. I said if
Oh,
anything, the special teams coach, and that'll be from Dave Canales as a scapegoat.
okay, okay,
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
yeah. That only makes sense to me, man, because he's had a couple
yeah.
bad performances over the last 3 games here. I can specifically remember when Trevor Etienne fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
And I also remember, I think Arizona might have, yeah, was that the fumble in Arizona? And then I think Jacksonville. Just been real bad. I'm not sure what's going on with the special teams, man. I don't know what that's about, but it's not, well, it does make a difference, man, but it's not as big of a, it's one of them things that shouldn't be as big as it is, right? You're literally
Mm-hmm.
going out there and cover a nigga for what, about 8 seconds, 5, 6 seconds.
Correct, correct, correct,
You can't do that, right? I don't understand, you know what I mean? But it's one of those
correct.
things, if you don't do it right, it can really put you in a bad position. This team isn't built to climb out of a hole, man.
Yeah, and,
It's not.
and the way things are going, man, and the way Dave Canales is going to get fired, especially if for a head coach, the sure way to get fired is if you start to lose the locker room. You get what I'm saying? And I,
Yeah.
especially if you start losing locker room, and then if the owner starts to get visibly or vocally displeased. We saw yesterday David Tepper sort of have a little mini temper tantrum in a way we didn't see until Frank Wright's first.
Oh, I missed that. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, no, he was. There was reports that were coming out that David Tepper was like walking through the tunnel, like looking like pissed and shit like that.
Oh, where was
Mhm.
I?
Yeah, I think there's videos out there.
I
You
must have
didn't see
turned
that?
it off, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. And so I
Uh-oh.
basically we ain't see that since back with like 2 weeks prior to Frank Wright getting fired, right? You get what I'm saying?
Uh-oh. Somebody in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. He was yeah. There's a lot of reports coming out. What's up, Scam 2020? What's up, brother?
What's up,
Um,
baby?
yeah, there's some reports. So he's gonna, he's visibly upset. So I'm sure he's talking to Dave Canales, asking for answers. And that's gonna be kind of the antithesis to him maybe firing a special teams coach or something, or some kind of coordinator or something like that. You know what I mean?
Now, how you feel, man? I wish I would live in Charlotte. I don't live in Charlotte, but
Mm-hmm.
you're right there, man. I'd probably be more involved than I am now, man.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, man, I say this, man. It hurts me just to see my team, man. I've been a fan for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't want nothing to do with them, man. I'm gonna be
Right.
honest with you. How do you feel being so close?
Well, yeah, I don't want anything to do with it, man. And I slowly realized that, man, I'm a Panther supporter, and it's like I realize there's a difference between supporters and fans. You hear what I'm saying? Like supporters are like, I want them to win, and I'm willing to invest in a good product. You get what I'm saying? Jerseys, tickets, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go there and root for them, but I'm not gonna make excuses for them. I'm not gonna, a fan is like, we're down 42 zip, and they're like, we can still come back. You're fucking delusional. You get what I'm saying? Like, I realize that there's a difference between me and maybe those people. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna pretend like Bryce Young is good when he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I support the Panthers. I want to see them win. They're the only team that I support. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make excuses for them.
Are people still making excuses for Bryson or what?
Yeah, man. I even heard people say, all the offensive line. I'm like, come on, bro. Like
Oh man.
they were like, he didn't have time yesterday. Like, oh God, come on, bro. Come on, man. I mean, 2 years in a row having some of the most time in the league, bro. He has some of the worst clean pocket efficiency in the NFL, man. Even when you keep him upright, things aren't good. So it's the same excuse, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said it, Big Cat. I said it. Just watch. I said by week 5, their prop fan base people are gonna start turning on Tech. The fan base is gonna start turning on Tech before they turn on Bryce. And
They
I've heard
turn
ramblings. It ain't loud enough for me to say I'm right, but I've heard some silly people, starting to blame Tech a little bit, but it's coming.
well, I'll tell you this, man. Tech has been phenomenal up until this point, but he does have a lot of drops. Okay, so I will put that on. He has to clean that up, and he has to clean that up real fast, man, because there were opportunities for him to make some catches, and I don't know if he just concentration or the moment's too big,
Yeah.
but he's too talented to be out there allowing certain balls to go through his hands and stuff like that.
And homie said I saw it too. Tech was mad. Yeah, he was pissed.
Hey fellas, what's going on?
What's up, SC?
Base.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Like sometimes you sit back and think, like, what is the realistic expectation of a fan? When you look at the league, with 14 teams making the playoffs every year, that's almost half of the teams making the playoffs.
Mhm.
So, as a fan, what should be expected? Because you can't unless you're a perennial powerhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your realistic expectations of your
To
team? You
see,
know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, SC Beats. What I expect to see from the Panthers after all the offense, all the investment we put in the offense, I hope to see an offense that was able to compete, but maybe not win because the defense isn't strong. The offense shouldn't have trouble moving the ball, right? Like wins and losses, that's different. That's a team effort. You get what I'm saying? But as far as that offense and what we put into it, they should be able to move the ball in the NFL. And then
Yeah,
if we had a power offense, but the team wasn't really winning like that, there would be something exciting to go see, right? Like, Cam Newton won 5 and 6 games his first 2 years, but it was something exciting to go see.
it
Cam was going to
was.
move that ball.
Yeah,
When you even on a losing team, right? Cam's first year, we had the worst run defense or 31st run defense in the NFL, right? That had a lot to do with us winning 5 games. And Cam threw a few interceptions and stuff like that too. But like when Cam had the ball, despite us being a 5-win team or whenever you went, you felt like anything was possible in that offense. You felt like that offense was going to move the ball. And then the next year they went and got, Luke Kuechly, and then they went, I think that's the same year they went and got
Tyler Tulare and Kawan
and
Short.
Quan. Yeah, they
Yeah,
went and go
yeah.
fix those problems because they was like, okay, the offense is moving the ball, right?
Right.
We've put all this investment into the offense, and the offense still ain't moving the ball. So this isn't about winning and losing and making it to the playoffs. It's like progress, right?
There's no progression. No progression. I
Correct,
understand.
correct,
Right.
correct.
Because
Yeah, I don't.
when you have a bad product in the business world, if
Yeah,
your business is failing, you will hope to see progress. Right.
correct,
So
correct. Because I don't think
yeah,
this defense is to the point where it could compete with the great teams in the NFL, right? But like, the offense shouldn't have those questions.
Shout out to
it's very
Scam,
unfortunate.
man.
Scam 2020. What's up, bro?
He said he want me to be head coach. Sir, don't curse at me. I wouldn't mind being a scout though. I think I could help these motherfuckers get some players in here, but I wouldn't want to be no head coach. No, sir.
Hmm.
Nah, I would love to be a scout, man.
You know what, guys? It's almost like a fever dream. As bad as we've been in the past, it's been almost 10 years now. It feels like a bad dream that won't end.
That's a fact. And speaking of scouting players, I heard Dan Morgan was watching a film with your boy Trevion Wallace, right? I don't know if that's true, but somebody said that. They were like, I was watching another podcast and he was mentioning how like he was like, yeah, I don't think Dan Morgan should be the one watching film with him, which makes sense. If this is true, it's like you're
Yeah.
supposed to be scouting players and shit. GMs ain't meeting with players trying to explain to them what they're doing wrong and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
yeah,
This organization is such a joke, man.
it is, bro.
It's a fucking joke, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know what's crazy? I watched the Jaguars game, and the Jaguars, they beat the Niners, who were 3-0, and the Jaguars look like they can contend, dog.
Yeah.
They look like they for real, man. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And the sad thing about it is we both came into the league around the same time, far as the expansion teams, and
Yeah.
it just showed you that two different teams. Although Trevor Lawrence, in my eyes, hasn't necessarily been the product that I think he can be, he hasn't necessarily been horrible either. You know,
Nope.
so
No.
you know, we have yet to just kind of just say, hey, we got a quarterback here that we believe in, and that he's actually he fits the bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
He fits the bill, and you can truly say, man, like what Trevor Lawrence did 2 years ago at home against the Chargers in the playoff. Do you remember that game? They were down by 30.
Yeah, he brought him back.
He brought him back and won.
Yeah, he did.
That shit could never happen with Bryce, man.
No.
If it's 30, man, you pack it up, you going home, man. You know what I mean?
Like he almost did it. I mean, he almost came back against the Cardinals, but bro,
No, sir, it didn't. No, sir.
We had the
didn't.
ball.
No.
We're gonna stop right there.
Hold on.
Let's stop you, sir.
We had the ball at the 50
Flag on the
yard.
play. Flag on the play.
What did I say, nigga? It could never happen.
The Cardinals practice bad game management is what happened, right?
Yeah.
They got into prevent defense and they started allowing all that shit underneath, and then they realized, oh shit, they're actually connecting on this shit and catching up. Okay, let's tighten up. You know what I mean?
It's sad, bro. I mean, I don't know. What do you do at this point? I mean, I don't.
150 versus to 29th ranked defense is horrific. Well, what did he have? He had less than that. What did he have? I forgot the passing yards. 120. 120. Shout out to 20.
Fuck 20. Let me ask you this. What do you think about the Dolphins game here? No chance?
No chance.
No chance. Okay.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah.
What happened to this defense that was so-called rebuild and all these, Derek Brown and Terrell Wharton and all these other niggas?
They keep getting put in bad positions. Like, special teams is giving up 40-yard punt returns, and the defense is having to get on the field at the 50-yard line. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making excuses, but like, field position is a game, in itself.
Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful here, so I'm going to try to be sensitive. But what's up with all these injuries, man? It seems like every time our team takes the field, somebody gets hurt. I mean,
there's a lot of research, and I said this a couple of years back. There's a lot of research, and it was something like 40% or something. You're 40% more likely to get injured on turf than you are grass. I'll send you, and I'll send you the article in Discord. There's several researchers out there that points to turf and injuries and stuff like that, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And him prioritizing the turf for events and stuff like that, I think is hurting the football team, which is just my belief based on.
You got hurt yesterday in New England. That's turf too, right?
Is it? I don't know.
It is.
Okay, but yeah, turf. You know what it is. I think they're using this turf as a way to like maintain the field while like being able to host these other events and stuff like that. And it comes at a cost, man. It just the research is out there. Turf can be dangerous to athletes.
Well, unfortunately, man, it's definitely dangerous to Panthers. Speaking of injuries, man, surprisingly, Bryce has withstood any injuries, man. Despite his bad play, he's been able to stay healthy. You know what I mean? I guess I can give him credit for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And shout out to when I was talking about play calling too, man. I noticed that Andy Dalton came in through 6 passes. The type of plays they were running were very different. A lot of down the field and more. They were asking. Yeah, it just shows Dave Canales changes things around based on the quarterback that's there. And I remember year 1 when Andy Dalton started, and then actually both years that Andy Dalton started, the fan base, the Bryce fans were saying, "Oh, they're running different plays for Andy," not realizing it's predicated on ability. Andy Dalton has a little bit of stronger of an arm.
Yeah, fortunately for Dalton, man, like I said, I mean, we don't have a quarterback that's a starter that can run certain plays that Dalton can.
Correct. Dalton's kind of over the hill as far as his ability to be a starting quarterback and being consistent.
Yeah.
But just that pure arm strength, that a adequate arm strength that a quarterback should have, he has it. You know what I'm saying?
So when are they gonna pull the plug on this little Brycey Poo experiment?
Well, we have to make a decision on this 5th year option this summer.
Oh no, I'm talking about for this season.
You got to ride it. You have to ride it. You have to ride it. You cannot sit Bryce.
Why
This
not?
is the summer before this is literally the season before your 5th year option. You need to see it. There can be no excuses. There could be no, maybe since he's rested and he's got some time to sit, we can kind of look. It can't be that. You have to ride it out and see exactly what Bryce is, for better or for worse. You get what I'm saying? You got to give him every single opportunity possible to either get you the first overall pick or prove he's worthy of that 5th year option.
We don't know that by now.
Say again.
We don't know that by now.
Well, I know that, but the fan base and the coaching staff who have to make a huge decision and let a quarterback go and decide whether they're going to go and pursue another quarterback have to really just, because it doesn't hurt you to actually just be 100% sure. Because I think David Tepper and the Panthers are probably about 85% sure right now. Bryce ain't it.
Have you been watching college ball?
No. I don't usually watch college ball until really, really late, until like close to the draft.
Oh, okay.
I have kind of started, looking at, what's that, Mendoza? I forgot his name. The dude, I think Nebraska quarterback. I've been looking at a few quarterbacks a little earlier than normal, but I haven't really gotten too deep into it.
Is it? I think he's hurt from Oklahoma.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I said the wrong school. Correct.
Yeah, Washington's hurt.
Is he? Oh shit. Yeah, he was killing it, man.
And you know what's sad about this, E? The whole thing that's sad about it is we just paid Chuba a bunch of money and we literally can't even use him. He's getting less than 10 carries almost, man. I mean, it's so sporadic, right? If we're up, of course he gets more carries. If we're down, he's getting an average around 10 carries when we're down.
Yeah, and I I thought playing Chuba was a bad idea too. I thought paying Chuba was a bad idea, but it's cool. You know what I mean? We paid him, and he's not getting a lot of runs. They worked in Rico Dowell like 9 carries, which has been uncommon for the Panthers to run 2 running backs. But I think that has a lot to do with maybe his hamstring not being fully healed, if I was to be honest.
Oh, his hamstring messed up?
Yeah. Remember, he was questionable coming into the game because they were saying he had like a hamstring issue or something like that.
Yeah, Chuba, man, I don't know what to think no more, man. I don't know what to think. I'm numb to it, E.
Yeah.
I'm numb to this whole shenanigans with this team.
Thanks.
At this point, man, I don't know, bro. I don't have any. I know as a content creator, I just don't like doing it no more, man.
It's hard. It's hard to force yourself to do it. You get what I'm saying? And even myself, man, I found myself last year. Despite even having like things going on in my life and just work and trying to like being more busy and not having time for it, I was just like, man, I don't want to do something that doesn't give me passion. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit here and tell you why the Panthers suck or why the Panthers don't suck and try to make excuse. I really don't have it in me. You know what I'm saying? To do things that don't bring me joy. You know what I'm saying? So when the Panthers start making some right moves, and I can be honest about when I can be positive and be honest about it, that's kind of when I'll start ramping up the content a little bit more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go live with bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah. And and because of that, people he's oppressed.
Well, let me ask you like this, man. Do you think it's time to blow it up? I honestly think we really need to consider. I mean, because there's no point in moving forward with what we got, knowing it's just going to get us the same result. So I think we need to heavily consider blowing stuff up before the trade deadline, man.
Well, I agree, but like the sad part is that this team, despite us not having any salary cap like that, don't even got a lot to blow up. Only thing you really got of value anybody would care about is Tech would be off limits, of course, right? But the only thing people you really care about is Derek Brown and J.C. Horn.
Yeah,
And
give it a horsey boy too.
yeah, you're not going to get much value for him, right?
Right.
Although I think he could, we disagree. I think he could be a solid receiver,
Sure.
but there's not a lot to blow up. I think the Panthers, that's what they should do. Is should get the value where they can. But what they'll most likely do is do the whole retooling thing where they feel like they're very close and they're not too far behind where they need to be, and they'll just retool and keep trying to add more to this.
What is retool exactly?
Say it again.
What is retooling exactly? You said retooling.
It's like when you feel like you're in a state where you're only missing a couple of pieces before you can compete consistently, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a rebuild, I felt like there was points that I looked at the Carolina Panthers and it was like, damn, we need two of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like, oh man, we're a pretty good team, we're there. We just need a legitimate starting receiver. We just need a legitimate, defensive tackle, and that would solve a lot of our problems. We're just not there. You know what I'm saying? That's sort of what I would consider a retool. You know what I mean? Where it's just like we just need to add one or two more pieces, and we're there. We're just really weak in this spot, and that's the major problem. And the Panthers don't have that one spot that they can point to and say we're this is it. Maybe quarterback, but we've negated the defense pretty bad trying to build around Bryce.
Yeah, man.
Say again?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we're in this position after what 7-8 years straight, man. No
Correct.
playoff.
Correct. And next year is going to most likely be 9 because there's very little you could do in one season, especially in that salary cap position that's going to turn things around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to beat the Saints, man. I think we lose to the Saints, man.
It's going to be a tall task, bro.
Yeah, if we get the number 1 pick, what do you think we do? Trade it, bust it down, make multiple picks out of it, or what?
I mean, that's an option. But the season is still young. The college season is still young. Perhaps some of these quarterbacks, you know what I mean, will start to, maybe we'll deem one of them worthy of that, right? There's from what I've seen is there's 5 quarterbacks that are projected to go in the first round next year. I don't think anybody is a world beater as far as like generational talent, but there could be, as the season goes on, there could be a guy that rises to the top, and we might feel comfortable taking as number 1. Hell, Bryce was never a world beater, generational talent, clear first overall pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that being said, there you think that we could you think we're gonna fire Canales? Let's say we mess around and do get the number 1 pick. Does that mean Canales is gone?
Yeah, you have to. You have to. I mean, traditionally, you don't. If a quarterback if a coach, who's been there for more than a year, earned you the number 1 overall pick, traditionally teams fire that coach.
How long has he been here?
This is season number 2. This is season number 2.
I just don't feel like he needs to go yet, man. I don't know why, man.
Well, I feel like a 5-win season isn't going to be like, okay, let's bring him back. Maybe, right? 5-6 wins is going to bring him back. But if the Panthers mess around and win 1 or 2 games, Big Cat, you know what I mean? If it's something atrocious like that, he's gone. Yeah. I don't think a losing season gets rid of him. I think it's the context in which we lose. If he chalks up, he puts up some more games like he just did this week, and win about 2 or 3 games, yeah, he's gone, dog. Because you're moving backwards at that point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I honestly don't see us winning. Let's see who we got next. Let me pull the schedule. We got Dolphins. Right? Yeah. Let's see who else. Dolphins. All right, so our next 3 games are Dolphins, Cowboys, and Jets.
Yeah, no.
I just don't see a win. And then we got Dolphins at home. We got the Cowboys at home, and then we go to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I think his ass should be fired. I mean, somebody got to get fired. If we lose the next 2 games, dog. Somebody got to get fired. I'm sorry, man. Somebody should be fired right now.
I think it just just lose. It's the context in which you lose, right?
Yeah.
And again, if you start to lose the locker room, you get what I'm saying? I don't think this team really has a lot of because when you lose a locker room, usually it's the veteran players that start to detract first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the younger players will not kind of act out, if there's a veteran present in the locker room, which we really don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, if you lose the locker room, I mean, Dave Canales could be fired because at that point you can't bring back a coach that's lost the locker room. And if we keep losing in that kind of in the context that we lost last week, then that's very possible. You know what I mean? I just don't see him firing Dave Canales early in the season. You know what I mean? In year 2.
Yeah. So you mean somewhere down what, like November or something?
Yeah. It's gonna be late.
Mm.
It's gonna be late, and it's probably gonna be after something really embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, granted, this was embarrassing, but it's
This was
gonna be
pretty
something embarrassing late, right?
Who would you consider interim?
You know, he has a thing for making the special team coach the interim, but at this point,
he's not gonna be around either.
That would look very awkward at this point, right?
Yeah, he's not gonna be around either.
Yeah, he's Dave Canales loves a good black special teams coach, though. Pretend like he's gonna really hire him.
Is a black special team coach?
No, but that's what it's been the past 2 times he fired people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been special team. Well, Steve Wilkes, my bad. But
Well, I'll tell you what.
Go
ahead. You go.
Speaking of Steve Wilkes, man, it's just very interesting that the coach that has won the most games in 8 years is the coach who only coached 10 games, I think 10 or 11 games, and was on a team that was actively trying to tank, and somehow he won 6 games, which is the most any coach has won in Carolina in the past 8 years. That's sad.
Why is he a head coach?
I think he doesn't have a good track besides Carolina intern, man. I think when he was a head coach in Arizona, it didn't go well. That's not maybe his fault. Maybe it has a lot to do with him. I think he has an ongoing lawsuit with against the NFL for discrimination or something like that. Yeah. They don't want to openly say they're retaliating against you, but some people don't want that drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe I think they did a lot to try to cater to Bryce and his soft nature. Let's be honest, he's a soft natured guy. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. That's who he is. Some people just got to be handled with care. But, I mean, David Tepper has to really look at the interest in his organization, right? As far as the team. You need a physical coach. You need like a Mike Vrabel. You need like a Bill Cowher type.
Who was available when we got Dave Canales.
Or John Gruden. I bring John Gruden races ass in here.
Fact. The thing, it feels like a fucking summer camp guidance counselor and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not tough on the guys. He doesn't criticize. He's never criticized Bryce. He's criticized other players and other units of the team, but he's never openly criticized Bryce. Have you ever noticed that?
I never noticed that.
Yeah. Bryce will have the worst performance of any quarterback in history. Oh, I gotta go look at the film.
Why is that? Is that because he's been told from the top? You know what I mean?
That comes from the top, bro.
You better not criticize my.
No, I think what it is you were only here to fix Bryce. You're here to fix Bryce. You're not here to be the coach that the leader of men that makes the decisions on the coaching or the quarterback position. Your job is to fix Bryce, because if you're criticizing Bryce, it is a reflection of your inadequacies as the quarterback fixer.
Shout out to Chef. He said, "Remember, Elaine, he was supposed to do his eulogy. You remember when he said that?"
Oh yeah. That's what David Tepper said. He'll probably be doing his eulogy or whatever because he got a young coach. I forgot about that.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that nigga be doing that shit here pretty soon.
Dearly departed. We'll be out here today to celebrate a man.
Right.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? Was there Nero?
Nah, this KC, man.
KC, what's up, bro?
What's up, KC? What's up, man?
And I ain't talked to Big Cat since he start it over, man. But I'm feeling big cat right now. Like it's killing me. It's kind of like how long can you be in a bad relationship until you know you're in a bad relationship
Mm.
with this organization? And I listened to a couple podcasts last night, and some people still giving Bryce the benefit of doubt, which is cool. Bryce is not a bad quarterback. He just might not be our quarterback. And the thing that it reminds me of, people say Bryce is a good quarterback. I remember when Drew Brees was playing for San Diego.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, before he
You
got hurt.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though it was due to injury, he couldn't really do nothing with San Diego, but he went somewhere else and he thrived. And people want to compare him to Drew Brees, but him and Drew Brees are the same height. But Drew Brees used to drop about 10 yards in
Yeah,
that pocket so he could see
that.
everything.
And I'll actually remember. I'll remind you. Because Drew Brees got hurt, they drafted Phillip Rivers, and then Drew Brees actually started to play really good in San Diego. But at that point, they already made the first round pick investment and paid him, so they had to let Drew Brees go.
Yeah, it's oh we can't complain no more. It's just a sad situation, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I can say is I don't think these boys are really playing for Bryce.
Right.
I don't think Bryce gives them the fire to play for them. I mean, and because if you were in a huddle with Bryce or you at practice and you hear his voice, and you be like, okay, is that our leader?
No lie, dog. I don't like to listen to his press conferences because it's really just a word salad of him saying nothing. And I said that before about CJ Stroud. I said, look, man, when you got a quarterback that you know is going to get you the ball, you run your routes harder and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's these are humans out there. These aren't robots. You know what I'm saying? There's an emotional and mental element to it.
And I know when this happened a long time ago. Well, last year when Big Cat on your other podcast when we was talking when they hired Dave Canales and I seen his personality, I said they hired somebody that could baby that boy.
Mm.
Nobody's gonna push Bryce because if you got kids, you understand. Be like, okay, I could push my oldest like this, but my baby boy, I got to push him. And then one day you just gonna snap and you're gonna start pushing him like you push your oldest. And that's what they're doing to Bryce. But it's too late. They done baby that boy up. And who knows how much his dad and his parents are really into his organization and where they try to treat him nice. You know, I know we hate bringing up this name all the time, but I believe Cam Newton family stayed away from the Panthers organization. They let Cam do his thing. His daddy went in there, this and that and that and this. We can say what we want to say about Cam, but I ain't never heard Cam that said draft him, draft him, draft him.
Mm-hmm.
They they babying Bryce. We finding out Alabama probably baby Bryce. Nick Saban probably didn't like it. Who said Nick Saban talked to Bryce?
Mm-hmm.
It probably was the quarterback coaches and everybody else. I think we just need to. This is the year that they should say, okay, he's not it. The Canales not it. What are we gonna do? But before I fire Canales, I give me another quarterback to see if it's Canales. Because when you got something fragile and he's your quarterback, you're not gonna get the best out of him. You're not. Like like Sunday was probably the most emotions I seen Bryce do when he threw his helmet down and cussed or whatever he did.
We've been throwing a lot of temper tantrums lately.
Yeah, yeah, because he knows his time is running out.
Correct. Mm.
He knows his time is running. He know what that bench looked like.
Mm.
What this around the time he got benched last
Yeah.
year,
And he's playing for a fifth year option right now.
a fifth year option.
Yeah, this summer.
Hey man, politics look good for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he go run for 7-12, go run for this. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, but he's just not a Carolina Panther, man.
Nope.
And I heard somebody else on the podcast. I know you don't mention people names, but they was talking, trying to defend them, and I was like, if you give who we lost to the first game,
Jaguars,
Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Second game, who we played,
Cardinals.
Kyler Murray. Third game, we Penix, right?
Penix and then Drake May.
I believe you give two out of them. You give two out of those three, two of the quarterbacks out of those three, a weapon like Tet. I believe they can win one more or two more ball games.
Yeah, you heard me earlier. I said the fact that Tech done got 60 some odd yards in every game, I know he's elite with Bryce. Because I know there's a negative effect that Bryce is having on his receivers.
Yeah, and it pisses me off when he gets the snap and he just like la 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 la. Bro, you don't have time for that. That's just like I brought up Drew Brees. Perfect example. When Drew Brees got that snap, he leads back to almost 10 yards to see that freaking football field. But he had an arm though.
Mm-hmm.
He had an arm to back up 5 to 10 yards to see the whole field. And when Bryce get the ball, there's no urgency. No urgency at all. It just he's making his reads. But dude, you gotta remember, you're 5'10". They're closing on you. You only got one weapon. And it seems like the defense is just triple teaming Tech sooner or later during the game and making him throw it to other people. And I'll be wondering where old boy from Colorado is. Maybe he don't know the playbook, or I don't know. If you want to get the best out of Xavier Leggett, and me and Xavier Leggett from the same county. I told Big Cat that before. He
Mm.
was a he was a running back and a running back and a quarterback in high school. This is like really his wide receivers new to him. Even when he came to college, it's new to him. That's why when he was in college, he returned kickoffs, punt returns, and if it was a touchdown receiver, it was a bomb. It was over. It was go get it. It wasn't no, ooh, look at that route he ran, or look at this. It was always big time plays, explosive plays. And if you want to get the best out of Xavier, you need to take the playbook out of San Fran and Washington Commanders how to use Debo. Debo wasn't the best receiver at South Carolina. He was just an explosive player. And you know, it it's killing me, man. It's killing me, man. It's really killing me. The only thing I look forward for NFL now is primetime games, night games. That's it. When I
Mm-hmm.
see the Panthers got a game, man, it's just what are we playing for?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man. This is the first time I ever talk about the Panthers this season, man. I ain't want to call no other podcast
No, brother. You came to the right
You came
place.
to
You
the right
came.
place, dog.
Yeah, I
other
feel like you,
podcasts
man.
talk
I
about the
ain't,
baby.
ain't nothing I
Yeah,
can really say, man. You know what I mean? They just, one of them things where it's like, I don't have an answer no more, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm really just
it's sad.
I'm
It's
tired of
sad.
this. Yeah, sad. It's really sad, brother. Really sad,
You
man.
and the issue we have, if they wasn't so nice of a guy, it would be easy to point the finger at him. But I said it before. Now I believe he's a a, a a great serviceable backup quarterback. I think we're going through what Miami going through right now. Am I wrong or right?
What you mean?
Quarterback situation.
Elaborate.
Do you think Miami is done with Tua?
Yeah, but Tua has a little talent. I think he has more talent than Bryce. You know what I mean?
Okay, and I give you that. I give you that.
Yeah,
I give you that.
yeah.
You know,
Not sure what's
hey
going on
man,
with Tua, man. Well, I know what's going on. I don't want to say it. to a brain ain't dead. That's what I really want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a point in time where I thought he was really going to retire. And like you said earlier, Big Cat, with Miami, I'm gonna see how much the tickets are to that Miami game. Hopefully they drop. 'Cause I see they went up when we won the other day, last week. Um, Miami gonna come in here and Tyreek Hill gonna become Tyreek Hill again. And
Yeah.
next thing you know, they gonna start winning games and make the playoffs because they played us and got their confidence back.
Well, why you want to do that?
What do you mean?
Why you want to go to that game?
Just take my boys, man. Just take my boys, man.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, if it was really crunk like it was back in the day winning games, it'd be just me going there. But
Yeah.
hey,
Well, that makes sense, man. If you're gonna take your kids, man, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect.
take them to see what you don't want to be on a football field.
Yeah.
But right now, oh no, man, I ain't looking forward for the draft, man. Last year around this time, I heard y'all boys talking about the draft. I don't even want to, you talk about the draft no more. We don't have 3 drafts.
Yeah. And at this point, man, I mean, I don't really see any quarterback in the college football that just, blows me away. I mean, everybody look, you got a few that looks all right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I ain't really
yeah,
seen nobody that just like, oh my goodness, he's #1 overall pick. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I know your last podcast, I made a joke, and I was kind of serious, but hey, man, I believe Shador win more games than Bryce, bro.
Well, at
I
this
believe that
Because
point,
he
too.
got
man, yeah,
because he got something to prove. He got a blocker. He got that weight on his shoulder, man.
yeah,
I'm not saying he's a better quarterback than Bryce. Yeah, I don't think Cam Newton better quarterback than Bryce. Them niggas just wanted it though, man.
yeah.
They just wanted it. You know, it, um, we gotta get a quarterback, man. We got to. Like you said, the draft it don't look good. And if there's a good free agent quarterback next year in the free agency, I don't think they want to come to Carolina.
Well, I think I mean, it's not a generational talent, and I maintain that Bryce wasn't that either. I think there's some guys in there that are better prospects than Bryce is. They don't have the weaknesses, and their games are more translatable in the NFL than Bryce's is.
Yeah, yeah. You ever watch Raw Room?
Who?
Well, that's on.
No, 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 no. I'm a little behind in the quarterback room, so I ain't even gonna front.
Oh no, no, no. There's a podcast called Raw Room.
No, no,
It's
I
one of
haven't.
the. All right, what's the coach out there on the Panthers with the dreads that used to play NFL football?
Hold on.
You said with the
Uh,
dress,
with no, with the dreads.
George
I think he
Pepper.
be nah. He's on the coaching staff right now.
Shit.
Oh, and it used to be in the NFL.
Yeah, he played linebacker. He got a podcast, but he's not up
Oh
there
yeah,
doing
I
it.
know who you talking about. The
Nah,
yeah, I know he got a podcast. I know you talking about.
yeah, and he just don't be up there during the football season. He'd be up there after football season, but his friends are. Now, you know how they be yapping their mouth and they be like, "Oh, let me shut up. I ain't want to say too much." But when I should have took this as a sign, when a coach, not a head coach, not an offensive coach, not a defensive coordinator, but when you on the staff, you a coach. No, ain't no telling what type of coach you are. You could be helping with the special teams or helping with the linebackers. But when Cleveland came here preseason, there was a coach that murmured, "We should have drafted him."
Hmm.
Now, when you hear that from off the sideline, and 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 another coach saying that, and when that started hitting the little blogs and they said it on the war room, uh, that should have been a sign right there and say it was going to be a long season because somebody don't believe in somebody.
Yeah, I think this team knew that Bryce was bad in the preseason, right? But what can they do? You know what I mean? They can't. I mean, this is Tepper's guy, right? Tepper literally went out his way, invited him to a Super Bowl suite. You know, remember that he was the Super Bowl, and before they drafted him, they invited him up there and said, "I'm gonna draft you." And
No, he said I want to draft a quarterback. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
yeah. What can he
You
do,
know
man?
what? You know what? You just answered my question. That's why they babying him.
Hmm.
The principal say don't touch him.
Correct.
Did you ever watch Recess, Casey?
You talking about where they come out on YouTube?
No, Recess. The
Oh,
the
oh,
the
the movie.
yeah, the cartoon. Nigga.
Yeah.
You remember Randall and Miss Finster?
Oh, there you go.
Miss Finster. You know what I mean? He would be the little class rat. He would be the principal's rat. And everything that motherfucker would do, like he would go tell on somebody, and nobody could ever get him in trouble. That's Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing he could do that you could get him in trouble, man, because he was the teacher's pet or the principal's pet.
And we didn't even try to draft a backup or go out and get a decent backup. That's sad.
Facts.
That's sad, man. Like, is he trying to move the organization somewhere?
Nah, I don't think he's trying to move. I just don't think he's competent, man. Let me tell you something, Casey. David Tepper's trying to run this like a hedge fund, right? You know what
Yeah,
hedge funds, right? You get a dying stock for the cheapest price available, right?
yeah,
You buy it, right? And then you turn around, you fix it up, you make people believe that it's worth 10 times than what it actually is, then you sell it.
yeah.
But the only problem is he bought this dying stock and hasn't done shit to fix it up. You know what I mean? I mean, you brought in, I guess, more concerts and shit around Charlotte. You guys go to concerts and stuff up there, back in America. Brought Beyonce to Charlotte. And hell, the soccer team is even modest. Let's keep it a buck. But as far as the actual football team, I mean, we have seen little, if anything, a regression when it comes to the product on the field.
Well, yeah. That's what the upgrade is coming for the beat, so it could be a hell of a venue. Um, uh, I feel, man, we about to be the Cleveland Browns for the next 10 years, man. Unless somebody step up, man.
Mm.
We gonna be going to games with trash bags on our head.
You ain't happy for Beyonce, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 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 man. Yeah, I would say something about that Beyonce girl, but I want to keep Big Cat going on YouTube.
We
You
don't
know,
brought you Beyonce. We brought you ACDC. Don't came into town. Kitty Chesney. You ain't happy about that?
hey man, if I was a concert person, yeah, but that's a football field at the end of the day, you know. But like you said, he doing it to make his money.
Yeah,
Like you said, the hedge fund.
yeah.
You know, I think he saw Bryce as a marketable product. Hell, I would have too come out of college. Like this guy's real marketable.
Yeah,
I
and we
probably would have
gotta
thought
we gotta
the
stop with the nice guy stuff too, right?
same thing.
Bryce being
Yes.
a nice guy. I mean, that to me, that don't mean that you deserve a chance because you're nice, right?
Right. I don't care if you're an asshole that punched kids on the weekend, dog. Like you here to play
well,
quarterback, dog.
well, that's extreme, but yeah, if he was,
Yeah, fuck that. You here to play quarterback, man. It ain't about liking you.
yeah, if he was a thug nigga, I wouldn't give a
Yeah.
care. I wouldn't give a care, man. As long as you win it.
Hey man, who Jake Delhomme got his start off of everybody love Rodney Pete, right?
He need Rodney Pete, yeah.
And Rodney Pete kept messing up. And you know what? Let's throw this guy in right here. And Rodney Pete was a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, get him on out the way. But would Jerry Richardson go for this?
I missed what you said, brother. What did you say? Was that last sentence? Said
Do
what?
y'all do y'all do y'all think Jerry Richardson would go for this?
No. I think there's this ego involved, bro. I think that Dave could, there was a not David Tepper's trying to prove that guy Bryce is the guy, and there's probably conversations last year or 2 years ago with Frank Wright where there was some controversy on who to pick first overall. We know that, We know that Frank Wright wasn't a different quarterback. You know what I'm saying? When David Tepper asked, was there a consensus on Bryce? He said, oh, I think everybody was on the same page. That means everybody wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So there was some detractors, and especially when things started going bad, he's trying to prove himself right. He doesn't want to look wrong. So, this is keeping Bryce out there, making Bryce work is an ego thing. But the moment he gets in a position to get another quarterback, best believe he's going to fall in love with another quarterback and move on from Bryce.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It just feel like if you playing chess or checkers, you already lost halfway through the game now. There's nothing you can do on the board. There's nothing we can do on the board. You can't move this around. You can't move that around to even get 6 wins or 7 wins. It's gonna be a fucked up season.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, it's a bad position to be in, man. I got to tell you this. And a lot of people crying, talking about Xavier Legette and Jalen Coker wasn't out there. If Jalen Coker and Xavier Legette was out there yesterday, it would have just been 2 more niggas to add to the loss. You know what I mean? I want you guys to. Nothing would have stopped that shit. You know what I mean?
You nice, big cat. I heard that bullshit this morning on other people's shit.
Yeah, get
and
out
I'm
of here,
saying,
man.
like, dude, it wouldn't matter who was out there. You still got one person behind the center.
That's right.
It don't matter who was out there. And you corrected me on this last time when I put it in your chat last time, and I forgot about Julius Pepper. If any other team had Ted, bro, they'd be ripping it up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be ripping it up. Wait, you can put Ted out there right now with some second string college wide receivers on an NFL team. If you got the right quarterback, they're gonna tear it up, man. Yeah. Come on, man. The man getting triple team, double team. You mean you can't hit these other 3 guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. I seen even Tech when he reached back for one pass yesterday. When he reached back, he looked at Bryce like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" It's supposed to be a West Coast connection.
He's gonna get one of them receivers hurt, man. He's gonna throw one of them balls behind the scene. You know what I want to, well, not want to see happen. You know what needs to happen? Shout out to Chef. Let me read the super sticker. Shout out to my man Chef in the chat. He said Josh McCown was telling CJ he's the guy wishful thinking. I think he was the guy until Tep stepped in. But I'll tell you this: what needs to happen is one of them receivers need to get one of them balls thrown behind them, and they need to get cleaned up. Really, somebody needs to take Bryce Young by the shoulder pads, yank that nigga up, and put him against the damn bench. No, say, if you ever throw a ball,
no, Big Cat. I'll tell you, no, Big Cat. What needs to happen, and this worked already. What needs to happen, and what got Bryce benched the first time, is when the receivers become vocal and saying, "Hey, I was open." Remember that first game of the season last year where you had Deontay Johnson and you had Adam Thielen visibly upset on the field?
Yes.
When that starts to happen, when the receivers start to go, "Yo, what the heck?" You know what I mean? Like, I was in the middle of cussing and not cussing there. It kind of came out weird, but but
let it out. I don't want you to suppress it.
All right. When the receivers start throwing up their hands like, "Yo, what's going on?" That's when the coaching staff has no choice. That's when you can't give a roundabout answer to the media. You get what I'm saying? Like, we see the receivers frustrated. What do you mean? They're open. You get what I'm saying? And that's why he had to pull Bryce last time.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think, I'm not saying he's not the best, but do you think that country ass Legette said something about Bryce and they had to pull his ass to the side and put him on injury?
No, I don't even know if he's really benched like that. What I do know is that Xavier Legette's skill set does not really blend well with Bryce's skill set or lack thereof. I am, I got a small following, but I'm famous for saying that Xavier Legette may be a good receiver, but he cannot be good with Bryce. Right? You have a quarterback that struggles in the intermediate and deep. And then you have a receiver that exceeds in the intermediate and deep, but struggles to run short patterns and doesn't have polished route running. It's a bad combination. Straight line speed, Xavier Legette is the best straight line speed guy on the roster right now. You hear what I'm saying? It's not a good combination with him Bryce's weaknesses is his strength. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able
Hey,
to find each other consistently. That's why he has more success with someone like Croker, who's more of a polished route runner, who's underneath. He can
well,
operate.
they look like they went to Catholic school together. That
Correct.
one
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. He can operate. Croker can operate where Bryce feels comfortable throwing the ball. You know what I mean?
I
So I
think,
said that, and I'm no genius. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
yeah.
know scout like that, but I'm just like, this dude can't. If you're gonna get anybody, I said it last year. I said I didn't even really want a receiver, but I said if you get a receiver, get Ladd McConkey. He's the only thing that I think can work with Bryce. Other than that, don't even get a receiver. And look what Ladd's doing.
So he worked better with receivers that using their brains and the rock running.
More polished route runners who are
Yeah.
quicker than more. He doesn't really do the downfield build up speed guys. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you
50 ball
this:
guys.
you think Steve Smith could have run routes for Bryce and be successful?
Yeah, because I think Steve Smith is effective at all levels of the field.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Bryce is all effective, and that's why Tech works for him too. Tech is effective at all levels of the field. There's a reason why Leggett he went late first round, but he really had a mid second round, third round talent evaluation on him. He's not a polished product. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he does
Yeah.
things well, and with the proper quarterback that can exploit those things or utilize those things, you know, it would work out, man. But I just saw it was like a match made in hell, dog. I was like, dog, this is the worst receiver you could pick for Bryce, man. This is not gonna work. So
What?
now everybody's blaming Excel, but I'm like, he has talent. It's just not really
Yeah, this guy used him a different way.
correct.
Uh, well, they should have been the way old boy got hurt the first play of the game
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. That's the way you got to use every league on that handoff
Correct.
motion and. But the Patriots defense, they're not ranked that high.
29th. 29th.
We're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I know they didn't have a good defense?
What's that?
Because Bryce didn't have to jump at all yesterday to pass the ball.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? But he still struggled, man. He should have put up numbers on the 25th defense.
Yeah, I didn't see no hopping and trying to throw it over the defensive line, and it's to the point now when any defense that's gonna play us now, they're gonna blitz. They're gonna blitz like 70% of the game.
Yeah, Bryce actually last year he was actually playing very well against the blitz, but this year he's one of the worst in the league again.
Yeah, man, this is where we are, man. This is where we are. This is where we are, man.
Well, the first step to fixing the problem is admitting you have one. And I think most of the fan base is there. Some strikers.
I don't know, man. I for what I heard on other stuff today and after the game yesterday, you know, hey, you can point the finger at Canales or other people, but we still have some fans that act like they don't see the issue.
Yeah,
And
they
yeah,
act
that
like
was
they don't see the issue. Then they'll kind of argue what like offense not moving the ball and conflate that with us winning and losing. But it's like, no. Like we don't have the defense to win consistently. I understand that, right? The
yeah.
offense has all the investment. They should at least be moving the ball.
And I think the brightest thing I heard yesterday, earlier today, is that Bryce is not somebody Canales picked. Okay, that's true. But and another thing you're seeing, weren't we running the ball a whole lot last year, even in the beginning of the season? Weren't we running the ball a lot?
We were. That's kind of his MO.
All right, but now we let's see what the Golden Boy really got now. That's what mode they in, and I think Canales
I
is
missed what you
trying.
said. You said we're not running the ball now. What did you say?
Now we ran the ball a lot last year, right?
Yeah, we did.
And this year, it's kind of like the coach saying, let's see what the Golden Boy got.
Yeah, I think it could be. Here's what I think. I think game script is really it's game script. I think in the coach's head they want to come out and run the ball, but you
You drop back the pass, blitz, Bryce Young fumbles the ball, they scoop it for a touchdown. Now
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like now game script just starts to like throw off the game plan a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Quick
And the
3 and outs.
flags, the
Now we got to
offside.
now
Yeah.
we're behind. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know we definitely need one thing I'm gonna say about the draft, we definitely are free agency. We definitely got to find some linebackers, man. Most definitely.
This is
I
the worst.
like
This is,
Wallace, but I
people
think
fought
he's
with
like
me,
an
man.
outsider.
People
Huh?
fought with me. I said this is the worst linebacking group in Panther history.
Oh hell yeah.
Who
And
fought
this
with
is
you?
yeah. We said Big Cat?
Who fought with you?
Who fought with? Nah, just people, man. Your boy, the man was listening to me, and I heard him mention it too. I was like, oh, he got that from me.
No, I told you too. I told you this linebacker core was
Oh, you
cool.
did. You were fighting
I
with me.
did.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I was
That's
like, yeah, this linebacker group isn't good, man. I mean, from our proud history of linebackers, not only the talent wise are we down, but none of them really fit the mold. I mean, the inside guys are okay, just lacking in talent. Besides Wallace, maybe, but like the outside guys aren't even traditional like rush in 3-4 guys, right? So we have this sort of tweener defense where nobody really fits a 3-4, and we just haven't put the investment in the linebacker position. The talent's just depleted.
Mm. Ain't nobody got fired yet.
Morgan been here? No, not yet. How long Morgan been here?
Who, Dan Morgan?
Yeah.
In the role he doing now?
Yeah.
He was the intern. He was the intern under
Scott Fitterer.
Scott Fitterer.
Okay.
He was there. He was the intern when we drafted Bryce.
I'm telling y'all better start looking at this nigga with a side eye. For whatever reason, he getting a pass, man.
Well, GMs always get a little longer leash than coaches. So coaches go before GM. The average GM lasts a lot longer than the average coach. Yeah, but when the coach goes, generally the GM probably only got about 2 more years left. It's rare that they send them both out the door at the same time.
Yeah. Did anybody get a sack on defense yesterday? No sack, right?
No, I don't think we don't sacks.
Think about that.
The only thing, man, if they're not gonna fire nobody, they're gonna try to make a big trade or something to get the fans like, ooh, okay.
I wonder why we didn't fire nobody, man.
Ain't nobody to fire that's tangible. You gonna fire the special teams coach, and that's gonna have to be Dave Canales.
Yeah.
Once a coach starts firing coordinators, it's like the beginning of the end. They do that when they're feeling the pressure.
Too. We got 1 sack by Wharton.
Mm.
Who got it?
Wharton. Trayshawn Wharton.
Okay. He a rookie?
No, that's the nigga from KC.
Okay, so none of these DNs that rookies we supposed to be praising, and they're not really doing that yet. Are they on the field?
I mean, Scoring got a tackle for loss. He started, but that's about it.
That's number 11.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Christian Manley, he ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? This is all the shit that Morgan was hyping up. I got 2 first-round edge rushers, man. Them niggas ain't doing shit. I mean, the blowout loss against the Falcons, I think Manley showed up or something, you know what I mean? But when it really matters, man, them niggas ain't doing shit either, man. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Are your Bulldogs okay after this weekend, man?
I didn't.
Man, Bama own us, man. You know how that go.
Yeah,
we gonna lose to Bama, then we gonna go on a run. Yo.
Yeah, I didn't buy that first round edge rusher shit for a second, dog, because the reality is quarterback and pass rusher are 2 positions in the NFL that are overpaid and overdrafted, right? Yeah. You're just not gonna be finding bargains like that in the draft for guys that are really rated that high.
Yeah.
I seen one rookie edge rusher going off. Either was it last week or
what edge rusher?
Well, it might have been somebody we played. And he got about then a rookie DN go off on us. Is that a rookie DN for the Cardinals? Or rookie outside linebacker?
Nah, that was Campbell that really, did his thing against us.
Shout out to Is Right. He said, I low key hate being a Panthers fan. Welcome to hell. If you guys don't want to experience what hell like, stop being a Panthers fan.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm surprised Big Cat ain't jumped ship yet. Yeah, cause he from
It's
Georgia.
coming, nigga. As soon as that job application go, I'm out of here, nigga. Soon as the white folk call me back, say, we got a job for you. Bye-bye, you too.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cause you not from the Carolinas or nothing. You don't owe them boys nothing.
Well,
You
I
know what
like
I'm
this
saying?
team, man. I'm loyal, man. I could have easily bounced a long time ago, man. But man, one day, man, I just hope this team be able to, man, I was looking forward to going to the parade and shit in 2015, and because I've been to
Yeah,
national championship parades. I know how lit that shit be, man. How
yeah,
fun it is, and the street turn up, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. I know what that feels like, but I just want to feel like that for my NFL team. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey man, I know it
Hey,
takes
right there, the nigga in
hard.
the chat said, "I got this whack ass team tatted on me."
Oh God.
No, you don't, bro. No, you don't, man.
Wow.
Ask him how old that tattoo is. Ask him when he did that.
How old is that tattoo? The young man say on the line. I'm sorry you did that. Why don't you blotch it out and say I love Jesus? That all you can never go wrong with that.
Oh man. Don't get me wrong. It takes a real good team to win a Super Bowl or compete for a Super Bowl every year. I just want to make the playoffs every year, bro. And then we get to that.
We need to get 2 winning seasons over 500, man. We still haven't got that.
Yeah.
Only
Even
team
if we
in the
one
NFL.
game out of the playoffs, like I said, man, it was a pretty good season. At least they came to fight and play. But I don't know, man. I knew it was something about that boy when we drafted that boy. I didn't know what it was, but it was something. It's like you fell in love with the pretty chick,
Mhm.
but she ain't got the ethics of an ugly chick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
God, people. God, when the Panthers game come on now, I just go to the gym, watch it from the gym.
Well,
You
that way
know,
when you get angry, you can just put the treadmill up to like 5.0 and just start running faster.
you
Get
know,
all them endorphins out of you.
because
I
I
seen
was in the
one nigga
gym.
busting up his shit, busting up his TV and stuff. Like, nigga, man, hell no, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah,
A
no.
Panther fan.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, it just lets you know if you busting your shit up, you're delusional. Your expectations, your the expectations are all out of whack. What are you expecting to the point where you're gonna get that upset? Like you're
Hey,
surprised at what you're seeing.
hey, I deal with that a lot. I work at the University of South Carolina, and there's a lot of delusional Gamecock fans. And when they played the other day, I said, don't watch the game. Watch the offensive line. And somebody hit me up. They're like, "Yeah, you ain't lying." I said, "Yeah." Well, you can't block. I said, "Imagine when we play Alabama, when we play LSU, this shit gonna get ugly. We ain't got no offensive line. Stop being, people need to stop being delusional with sports and just be like, hey, it ain't our year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just like us right now. It ain't much to say. It sounds like we on the phone talking about our bad relationships, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Panther football has became. It sounds like dudes on the phone talking about their bad relationship with these damn chicks. And you can't do nothing about it because you're stuck with the bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's sad, man. It's really sad. That's all I really call it here. I got on Zoom for the Holla at Big Cat. Is hey man, I don't know how your content gonna go this year, but don't lie to keep people
Facts.
tuned in like other people doing,
Mm.
giving
Mm.
false hope,
Yeah, yeah.
get views.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to think some people were real cool that used to be on your shit, Big Cat, in the beginning that trying to do their own shit. And it sound like local DJs going to parties trying to make money now. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Church, nigga, church.
Facts.
Like, you know, this nigga is the problem, and they sit there, and then you could tell they're lying just to
Mm-hmm.
keep something going and going and going and going and going and going and going. But Big Cat, you been the only realest one, bro, since day one. I might want to say you was the first of the 1%ers to do this for the Panthers. I could.
I
Am I wrong
appreciate
or
that.
right?
Hey man, I appreciate that. Hey, you know, I can't give you a timeline, but I know as far as this kind of content, yeah. I mean, if you
Panther
want to,
Prime podcast. Oh, my bad. Sorry to
go
see
ahead,
my
go ahead,
man.
go ahead.
Yeah, Panther Prime podcast. Shout out to him in the chat.
Shout out to
Big
PPP.
Cat, I think you were, dog. I mean, like when I came in, when I started watching Panther content creators, I mean, there's like Shellatron, there was you. I always shout out the dude La Camera TV, who nobody seems to remember, but like, yeah, like you were, and I wasn't even watching you on Facebook, so you was on Facebook. I'm just talking about YouTube, so you were definitely here early, man. Then I'll say this though, nobody has a podcaster tree like you, dog. Nobody's had as many podcasters sprout through you. If you look through the Panther Spirit now, everybody has come through you or has been influenced by you. But 99%, of that group have at least come from you. Ben's got their start on your podcast, man. So I always maintain you're the godfather of this shit, though.
First time I heard Nas.
No, first time you heard Nas. He stopped.
You know, they used to say I used to pick bad beat.
Big bad.
That's my favorite line, nigga.
So you can call yourself the 1%er, bro.
Well, man, listen, I appreciate it, man. Listen, I just tried to show people there's another way to do content without suppressing yourself or being a coon to get views. A lot of people, man, you could be yourself. It's okay to be a fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
People feel like when you voice your frustration with an organization, that makes you bad. No, it makes you a fan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not here for clicks or views. I mean, I'll gladly take them. And I shout out to the people who rock with me heavy, man. I just want the platform for guys like yourself and others, man, to get up here and be able to tell it like it is, right?
What I'll say to a PPP. Now, I get your point. You were saying like the defense was trash, special team was trash, but one thing that should be consistent is the side of the ball that we put the investment in should be able to perform. They should be the best performing element of the team, and we find week to week they're not. Right? Like we have the highest paid offensive line in the league. I heard by like a good margin too. You know what I mean? We got the first round pick receivers. We got the first overall quarterback. Like the defense that you didn't put any investment in, the defense should suck. It's fine. It sucks, but the offense should move the ball. But it's not. That's the problem.
There you go. When people be like, oh, the defense, I'm like, all right. The offense job is if the defense can't come up with it, we got to come up with it.
And the way we invested our resources said that. It said, yo, we're going to sacrifice defense to be a high-powered offense.
Yo, man, and like, oh, he ain't had his weapons. Well, shit, who the Patriots had?
Yeah, shout out to my man, PP.
PP.
Who the fuck? Who Cardinals had?
That Patriots team wasn't a good team, man. I keep telling people.
We got beat. We got beat by a team playing off hype. When they scored that punt return, I said it's over.
Yeah,
a 10-point
lead just seemed like
ride off hype.
That's right. That's right.
And they wanted more than our players. It's something going on. It's something toxic going on, man. And people in our locker room are scared to speak up because they speak up. They know they're speaking up on the golden boy.
Mm-hmm. But see, when we had those veterans receivers last year, boy, they got pissed when they won't get the ball. Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, you get what I'm saying? So the young receivers ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna go along to get along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they get to hide, and the fan base goes, "Oh, nobody was open." You know what I mean? But like Deontay Johnson will let you know I was open. You know what I mean?
Whole team is trash, man.
I believe Tech gonna get to the point where he gonna be like, all right, man, I know it's a West Coast connection between me and you, bro.
West Coast?
I don't think Tech's never gonna be vocal. Not his rookie season.
No, he shouldn't.
Season. Yeah, he ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, no, man.
But yeah, Ted is good. I'll give him that. But
Hey man,
you
you
got to
sound
give him the
familiar, man.
ball,
I
man.
forgot what your name was, bro.
You
We want
already
to talk
know.
about
His name is Faith. Faith. My bad,
yeah.
Faith. My bad, Faith. My bad.
Faye, I remember. I
That's
remember
my
you,
bad.
Faye.
My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
No,
Go
yeah,
ahead, Faye.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, you lucky I'm in a good mood right now.
Yeah, we on the wrong channel. I'll beat up on you later. Don't worry about it, man. It's the wrong channel.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it just slipped out your mouth, didn't it?
Oh man, go ahead, Faye. What you about to say,
Man,
bro?
this team is trash, brother.
Well, yeah, we
There's
know that. We
no
know
doubt.
that, man. We trying to figure out ways they could become pretty.
We're just trying to dress it up, put some makeup on it.
Nah, this is gonna need a BBL.
Shit. Hey, a lot
And
of that.
makeup can't do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, we
Man,
need
hey, man, that's crazy.
BBL. We
They
need
just said in the
um,
Discord too. At least our punter can tackle. He didn't even tackle. That's why they got an 80-something yard punt return. Can't
yeah,
even do that right.
I seen a lot of guys on defense diving like Superman. But you know what? The big runs came when you ran outside the tackles. Like every game, all the big runs come ran outside the tackles.
Yeah.
But we need to get back running the ball, man.
Man, can't throw it like that. I mean, shit, we said that shit last week. The defense can't do everything now. And
um,
I mean, we got 13 points, right?
Yes, sir. And Andy
Where's
Dalton
those
got
13 points
Andy
came
Dalton
from?
got one of them touchdowns. That don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
count.
yeah.
yeah.
Andy, the future dog. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you better be.
Oh man. And the quarterbacks that people think coming out of college this year, they ain't coming out this year. They're gonna come out the next year.
I don't think
Probably.
Manning's good anyway, so it's good that he'll go back. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
Who?
Manning.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Arch.
Yeah. He gonna stay. He gonna stay. I think what's old boy playing
Juala
for the
might be out.
Gamecocks? Sellers, he gonna stay another year. What's
Okay,
the reason
so
to come out?
Sellers just started.
Just give me another 5 or 6 mil to go to class.
You might have Nico Liava, whatever his name is, last name, but yeah, he ain't got too many people.
Hey man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm about to be a Cowboys fan. If you're gonna complain, you might as well complain about a team that can
Hey,
win
Bro,
every
man,
if you
now and
gonna
just like
leave,
then.
that.
you need to upgrade, don't downgrade.
You're right.
Nah, I would say if I'm gonna complain, you might as well complain about a team that can win every now and then and lose every now and then. Shoot, man.
Man, shout out Dak though. He be doing this thing, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. At least we got 2 games come on tonight. Shit. 2 games come on tonight, right?
Yeah, man. Good opportunity to win some more
The
money.
Jets and
Look at Big Cat.
Broncos.
He gonna take it out
Hey,
on
it is an opportunity right there.
Shit, I got money in my bank from last Sunday or this past Sunday.
Well, we use prize picks or underdog?
Yeah, nigga, $10 to 375, man. In my account right now.
Prize picks?
That's all you
Prize
getting,
pick.
brother?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Who
nice.
you eh,
Yeah, and I got another ticket open tonight where I need Bo Nix to throw for 2 touchdowns. I need Justin Fields to go over 16 fantasy points, and I got another $250 in there.
Yeah, I wish I can do fantasy
you said
points.
Shit,
Bo Nix
nigga, I'm
gonna throw
killing
too?
their ass, bro. I'm telling you, when I'm
What
on
you mean
hot
you
like
can't?
this,
Why you can't do it, Faith?
Okay.
Because I'm on BetMGM.
Okay, I mean you can still go do it then. Just sign up.
I can't do fantasy.
Why can't you sign up for Prize Pick? I'm confused.
Because Prize Picks not in Vegas.
Vegas doesn't allow sports betting.
No, they have sports betting. It's called BetMGM, but no Prize
I think
Picks.
it's a conflict of interest with the markets.
Yeah,
They won't allow them in there. That
I
market,
understand.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to go back to Arizona if I want to go to Prize Picks.
What about men picks?
Someone, ain't no men pick. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. But shout out to Stephen Bailey. He said Canales doesn't have the keys to the van. Morgan is working for Tepper, and it would be him if he fires Evero. That's true.
Yeah. Owners don't fire coordinators. Yeah, that's the coaches. They may suggest, you know what I mean? Yeah. And especially Evero is, I don't know how David Tepper still feels about Evero, but you remember Tepper has blocked Evero from interviewing for defensive coordinator jobs twice, I think.
I don't understand why people going after
So what that
Evero.
tell you? What that mean? That mean he liked that chocolate mama.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what I mean?
I mean, they held him for 7 points for the half. Come on now.
I'm gonna put in a ticket too, man.
Don't go after him.
Justin Fields for a passing touchdown. No, that's too risky.
That's easy, nigga.
That's easy.
How's that easy?
Take his
Shout out
fantasy
Breece
points,
Hall.
man. He gonna carve the Dolphins
1,
up.
2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at the past 5 games.
I mean, he was injured last week.
Hey, listen, you gotta trust me, man. That's how it works. See, they show you the last 5, and they say, "Oh my goodness, he's struggling," and then all of a sudden he just pops, right? They did the same thing with Mark Andrews last Monday night. I told Deez, I said Mark Andrews gonna have a big night tonight. Man, he scored. He ain't had a big game. Get that nigga had 100 yards, bro. I try to tell you.
So Justin Fields for a passing touchdown, really? Okay.
Yeah, easy.
I give him one.
He has at least one. I know at least one.
Well, I'd rather tell you that you're wrong than you have throw this shit in my face like you did last time. So I'm gonna
do it. You know I'm gonna do it.
Yes, I'm gonna take it.
I'm telling you now, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna take it.
So you ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah. I'd rather it be on you than me. So I'm gonna take it.
Oh yeah.
Instead of doing this, can you do pass completions?
That's too real. Justin Fields?
Yeah.
That's too risky.
I'm taking his fantasy, man. The Dolphins are a trash product right now.
Wait, so you're saying I should take his fantasy over his passing touchdowns? Because they got him at 0.5 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, because he's gonna run all over the Dolphins.
So you're saying take his fantasy and not his passing touchdowns?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, so let me take this off then. Okay.
Because his fantasy was at 16.5 when I put it on my ticket, and they bumped it to 17.5. That nigga finna go off against the Dolphins, bro.
Yeah, hold on. So let me find that.
And they're gonna be doing all that juke and Mike Vick shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeez.
The Dolphins are bad, dog, on defense.
Hey, don't take that. Don't take it. Just how he just said that. Don't take it.
No, I think it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't take it.
Honestly, I was strolling through Prize Picks when I was listening to y'all earlier before I joined. You said you think Bo Nix gonna throw 2 touchdowns on?
Yeah, I don't take his passing yard. I take his 2. I take 1.5 touchdown because that game's gonna be a blowout, man. So
I just need Cortland Sutton.
He's gonna get those 2 touchdowns earlier, man.
Gotcha.
Bonus completion, interception, passing.
And then they're gonna shut it down and just start running the hell out of that ball, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Shout out to T Green. He said Bryce Young has mental issues. I know what he keeps slamming them damn helmets on the ground, man. I think Tepper should start finding his ass.
Yeah, he threw one on the ground. It bounced up and kind of hit a coordinator too. I saw that shit.
Nah, Bryce ain't got no mental issues. He just realizing he ain't him.
He needs to retire, bro. You got your money, nigga. Just leave.
No, he's smart, so he can be a good little backup quarterback, board holder, help the real starter break down plays. You know what I mean?
Get out the league, man.
I don't see the fantasy line out here no more. Sacks, completions.
Well, Big Cat, you saying Denver gonna blow out Cincinnati? Big Cat,
Mr. Big Cat. Yeah, he walked away.
Yeah, so he's saying Denver gonna blow out Cincinnati. That what he's saying?
No, I ain't really hear him say that.
I don't think Jake Brown is gonna do anything too much, but yeah, probably gonna be a blowout.
Rush.
Shout out Jake Browning though. He's still in the fucking league, bro. That's crazy.
Hey man, y'all fellas be good, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, be good, KC. Appreciate you pulling up on me, G.
Yeah.
Man, always, bro. Always listening to you, man. And you know, I hit you up in the chat sometimes, but
yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
and I appreciate you coming over here from them fake podcasts that are hyping you up, dog. That's not what I try to do, dog. I try to shoot it straight, whether people like it or not. I'm a man of a distant claw. You know what I mean?
Hey, I was just laughing this morning, like, I said, this don't even sound like the guy that started off on your channel, but I know what he's trying to do. But hey,
Facts.
man, y'all be good, man. I'm
Yeah, man.
head to
Yeah.
lunch, man.
You good, brother?
Take it easy,
Yeah,
man.
he was spitting facts,
Monday.
dog. He said, "This
There
ain't
you
the
go.
dude."
Monday.
He said, "This ain't the dude that started off over here. Who this?" Man,
Oh yeah.
they ain't got the fantasy shit, but I like Justin Fields. They said 2.5 sacks taken. I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So he gonna take some sacks, brother.
Well, I
Don't do
don't.
that.
I'm
Do
gonna stay
not
away
do
from
that.
that. If they don't got the fantasy, bro, just take the one passing touchdown.
That's what I'll do.
Him and Garrett Wilson, they gonna find each other.
Told you take under 36, right? Under
If
36
they ain't
passing.
got fantasy, bro, just please, for the love of God, take the one passing touchdown.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, brother.
Please, brother. Please.
Please,
Brother,
brother, take
please.
what. Listen to me, brother.
Please.
Easy, buddy.
All right. So yeah, let me get that.
Dolphins is not a good team until they play us.
It's not a good team.
It's a goblin, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna mess up the.
They're gonna beat the living snot out of us.
All right, man. Let me see what else I could put on this ticket.
If the Dolphins beat us, man, I'm done. I promise you that. Ain't no way you gonna lose to the Dolphins. The Patriots, I give the Patriots that, but the Dolphins?
Aiden Hutchinson for a sack. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with you here in a minute, man.
Oh, we talking about, brother?
Jeremy.
I'm gonna have fun with y'all.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bet that. Bet
Oh,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How'd your little bonfire go yesterday? Did that happen?
I'm still here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving till tomorrow.
Turn on your camera.
Yeah, turn your camera on.
For what?